What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this 2024 Nissan Rogue SL all-wheel drive. This one also has the SL premium package, finished in the two-tone color. This is deep ocean blue with the black on the roof. MSRP is about $38,000. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what is powering this smaller crossover SUV. So I just find the latch. So this has the 3-cylinder motor. So taking a look, it is a 1.5 liter turbo motor pumping out 201 horsepower with 225 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a continuous variable transmission, has the all-wheel drive, and then it can also actually tow about 1,500 pounds. With this configuration, you're going to be looking at 28 mpg in the city with 34 out on the highway. Curb weight is around 3,500 pounds, and it runs on a 14.5 gallon fuel tank. Taking a look at the styling, these headlights are pretty unique. If we go ahead and tap some of the buttons, you can see that daytime running light, and then the turn signal is halogen, however, the rest is LED. So the actual headlight is down here. It's got that split look. Pretty cool design for the car. I like the grille with the chrome trim. You're gonna see all this gray, the Nissan badge, and then these are functional air inlets to let air pass out around the front tires. You have some contours throughout the bumper, some gray color down below. Huge opening, all your parking sensors, safety sensors, and then some nice sharp lines throughout the hood. It's a pretty good looking car, no complaints. At the front here, you can take a look at these 19-inch wheels finished in the two-tone color, 5-spoke design. Got some black trim for the wheel arches, and then some nice smooth body lines throughout the side profile. Got some plastic trim down below, gloss black on the mirror caps with the turn signal as well as the camera. And then for the two-tone, you can see all the black for the roof with a little bit of polished trim, silver roof rails along with the panoramic roof. And then the side profile has a good proportion. Once again, can't really complain. It looks like just a nice, normal, simple crossover. You got some sharp lines for the rear fender, and then the integrated rear spoiler along with that third brake light. I like the LEDs on the taillights. Once again, halogen for the turn signals. And then all of your badging finished in a nice gray color, and then just a little bit of plastic, and then more of this color silver in the center. More parking sensors, backup camera. It's a good looking car. You know, it doesn't look cheap or anything. I like how they didn't really use a lot of plastic, just where it counts, because you know this is a more rugged vehicle. You're gonna be taking this maybe on some trails going on a trip, so you got that at least for some protection for all the paint. So nice design for the exterior for sure. Moving to the cargo area, we have a power liftgate. Pressing that and opening it up, it's got a lot of storage in here. As you can tell, you have a pretty roomy area. You got a little bit of a cubby on the left and the right side, and this floor has some tricks. You can actually remove this floor panel, or you can go all the way down to the bottom, giving you a little bit of a shelf. And then this one can be completely removed to really maximize it. You can use that as hidden storage space as well, which is a pretty cool touch. From here, we can pull these down, and depending on if that seat goes all the way back, of course it might be a little bit of a challenge, but you can see how flat it would be. This will make it a nice flat floor, or even lower it all the way or just get it out of the way. So overall, good storage space. And then moving to the interior, we can just pull this back up. The seats do fold down nice and flat, as you can tell. And then this one has the leather appointed interior. You're gonna see the fake leather on the doors though, with your stitching. I do like how you have sunshades on it, and then just a smooth leather in back. It's not the most luxurious leather, but you know, it is durable feeling, which is pretty nice. Armrest and cup holder, and then you have climate controls, vents, and plugs. Going ahead and hopping inside, you can see how that one's folded nice and flat. And then you do have pretty good room. I'm 5'11", plenty of headroom, got a couple extra inches. Nice light let in here with the sunroof. And then even with the driver's seat slid all the way back with the comfort access, I still have good legroom. Now these bases are a little on the flat side, so I do feel like my legs are kind of in the air right here, but I would assume for smaller children who aren't as tall as me are probably gonna fit a little bit better. So it's not bad for adults, honestly. It's definitely doable, just probably more ideal for children or something like that. But nonetheless, good amenities, good enough room, so not bad for the size of this vehicle. If we take a look inside now, door panel, just like we saw in back, we do have your memory seating, all of your controls, and then just more of this leather color. All your power controls are gonna be on the left side of the seat. Comfortable seats though, they do have a lot of good padding. Not exactly the most amazing design, just kind of simple. However, higher trims you can get quilted leather, which is really cool to see. So hopping in now, firing the car up. My one complaint with this comfort access, it doesn't go back forward. I don't know if there's a setting, but every time I hop in it, to hit that button, and then I can slide forward, and then I have to adjust my mirror because it doesn't go back. So that is kind of annoying. And then this, every time will stay up for like a minute, you have to exit out of the back seat. So some little quirks that are a little annoying to me. Other than that though, I mean, it is a comfortable interior. Gauge cluster is like what you've seen on many other Nissans. You can see a few information here. You can scroll left and right, see all sorts of different items that'll pop up, and then you can change it to more traditional view. So good gauge cluster, I like what you got. Cruise control settings on the right with distance pacing, Bluetooth and audio controls on the left, and there are steering wheel mounted paddle shifters for the CVT. It'll basically have pre-mapped gearing to give you more control. We have the stalk on the right for windshield wipers, turn signal, and headlights on the left. You can see the trunk release button, steering intervention, one of your air vents, and this two-tone color, and then more over on the dash with some gloss black. I like the new screen with the updated layout. You can see the navigation and then a few more things popping up. Cool animations as well, the way everything is set up. You have home icon, navigation, full screen for audio and phone. You have apps as well, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So really good screen, honestly. Going into reverse, you got your top-down view, backup camera as well. You can toggle all sorts of different camera angles, which is a pretty cool touch. We have controls down here, shortcut to the camera, volume for dimming at night or daytime, and then we have physical climate controls. So really simply, you can adjust your temperature. We have 3 zones in here, heated seats and steering wheel, all the different controls as you'd expect, and then some plugs down below with wireless charging. Nice ambient lighting around it as well, and then some cup holders in the center with your drive modes. So you can toggle this, and you're gonna see it pop up on the screen with all the drive modes, which is a good touch, especially for all-wheel drive. We have storage all hidden down below as well, and then popping that open, you're gonna see more storage space. Nice sized glove box as you would expect. And then one last look at the interior. Nice leather steering wheel. So not bad for sub 40 grand. Honestly, it's a pretty nice little car. Got a lot of amenities in here, a lot of features. Sunroof up top, controls, even a sunglass holder. So can't complain. Nicely done for an affordable price. Setting off now in the Nissan Rogue. You know, the little 3-cylinder with the CVT is actually not bad. It does get up to speed fine, and there's kind of gearing in it. Obviously a CVT has no gears. However, the way they have programmed it, it kind of does gear changes. So it's not bad. And I think Nissan of the CVTs does a good job. I'm not a CVT fan at all. However, it's not bad. And the person buying this car probably doesn't really care. So normal driving in it, this is really comfortable and smooth. The seats are nicely padded. You feel really good sitting in here. There's good adjustments, great visibility out the front, really no complaints. Over your right and left shoulder, honestly, really good view as well. So not a bad place to be, honestly. It's comfortable, it's quiet. You don't really hear any like wind noise or road noise or anything like that. It's decently quiet. The tech also works pretty well. I think they've done a good job with the layout of the gauge cluster. It's not the most fancy graphics in the gauge cluster itself. However, this screen looks really nice, really intuitive. I like the little animations to it. It's a cool screen. I think they did a really good job there. When we are taking some turns, the car feels pretty confident too. Steer's nice. The steering has a good weight to it. Suspension absorbs bumps really well as well. So I think they've done a good job making a more entry-level car feel like a nice car. It doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. It feels like it's a well-done, affordable crossover. So I like that aspect, and I like how it is simple in here, and there's a lot to say about modern cars now that are simple. To have physical climate controls that are incredibly easy, especially with 3 different zones, that's a lot, because nowadays so many cars, you gotta go into the screen, do everything there. This is so simple, so easy. Just in a familiar car, anybody could hop in this and just instantly be comfortable. You know, there's good storage solutions all throughout it. Good use of materials overall. While this leather is real, it's a thick, durable leather, so I think it'll stand the test of time. Just not the most luxurious leather, which is fine. Again, it's not an expensive car, so that kind of makes sense. And it looks nice in here, and there's even higher trim levels that have the quilted leather with a cooler pattern. So the Rogue does have a pretty good spectrum from basic, cloth interior under $30,000 up to over $40,000 with the quilted leather. So you have a pretty good spectrum with this platform to where you can get a luxury one or a really simple one. And I think that is a really good way to go, especially if you're not looking to spend all sorts of money. As far as the build quality, it feels solid already. These bumps are pretty darn big, and that was incredibly smooth. I have been in more expensive cars hitting that, and it feels like the car's gonna break in half. So that is nice to see how this car feels pretty darn solid. I don't think there's really any major driving complaints. There's nothing above and beyond special with this car. It's not gonna blow your socks off. However, it is a nice car to drive. It's roomy, it's easy to operate. It doesn't rattle, there's no crazy noises in here. It's comfortable. So it is a good option if you're looking for something affordable.